Hello to all my brothers and sisters. Welcome to this video. Ganesh Pai here. This video is all about a very interesting topic as to why do we get all the negative thoughts, and especially during these difficult times, we are getting more and more negative thoughts as to what's going to happen to our future. So stay tuned to look at the video and understand the reason for it. If you have not watched my previous videos, I would request you to log into YouTube, go to the channel Digital Thought Cradle. Let me repeat it, Digital Thought Cradle, and watch my other videos as well. Let me come to a point as to why do we get so many negative thoughts rather than getting some positive thoughts. Traditionally, we have been told that we have to look at the half-filled glass, but normally we look at half-empty glass. Why is it that it happens like that? Let me tell you a story. In a college, there were 200 students. All of them planned to go for trekking a day. They divided themselves into two batches of 100 each. First batch of 100 started climbing the mountain. And over a period of time, they realized that 20% of the people, 20 people out of 100 people, were able to quickly climb through the mountain. Whereas the rest 80 people were just looking at this 20% people and then following them. After some time, these 20% people reached the peak of the mountain and they were not visible to the 80% of the people. And the 80 people who were climbing on, they got bewildered because they were following the 20% people. And they started getting a fear factor in them as to whether they can climb or not. If you are a mountaineer or if you are a person who loves trekking, you would have observed this scenario in some other case in your life. What has happened in this case is the first 20 people who reached the top were the people who had intrinsic motivation. They were driven by their inner voice. They were not driven by someone else. Whereas the 80% of the people who were still struggling were following this 20% of the people. And this is what happens in the real life as well. Now, the biggest problem is that these 80% of the people who are not able to go to the top, who developed that fear factor in them, started generating that vibe, and that vibe came down to the second batch of 100 people. Now, these 100 people who were standing below the mountain started looking at this 80 people and said, if this big chunk is not able to climb the mountain, will we be able to do this? Doubts started popping up in their minds and they started thinking negative. It's not their mistake. They were seeing a big chunk out of the 100 people who were not able to climb. They were not able to focus the 20% people who were already on the top. In my opinion, I call it as a trap of social psychology. For a long time, we have been told to look at half glass which is full, but we have never been told how to ignore the other half which is empty. Now let me give you one tip as to how can we deal with it. The easiest way to deal with such kind of negative effects is through affirmations. Yes, my friends, it's through affirmations. What does it mean? You have a goal in life. You have a target in life. Every now and then when you see influences from people around the society around who are truly failures, people who are not driven intrinsically, who are not living with their inner voice, they will drag you down. And because of this psychology, you will also forget your aim towards your life. So the best option here is every day, start writing your goals or aims at least once and read them thrice. Write your goals once, read them thrice, so that your memory is always full of this positive vibe which is created by your own aim towards your life, and you are able to go towards that aim. If I have to relate to the story which I have told, the 100 people who are standing below the mountain, if they start thinking that, yeah, if 20% people can go there and I want to reach the top of the mountain, nevertheless, even if 80% of the people are not able to do so, if 20% of the people are able to do so, I will also go there, then they would have been successful. If you like this video, Please do share with others. Thanks for watching.